You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans, I've got your full roster of weekly spoilers for Monday, March 24th through Friday, March 28th. We are going to see Chad excited, Tate blabbing, and Stephanie confessing to something. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you're not following us, please reach down, click that subscribe button. Let's dive in. Monday, March 24th, season 60, episode 151. So Doug 3 gives Holly a little warning and a heads up about the showdown with Julie and Melinda at the bistro over the necklace, and that JJ took Julie to the cop shop to make an official police report of its theft. And then JJ pulls in Melinda for questioning. Obviously, it's about the necklace. And I wonder if she's going to give up the fence, who's going to then give up Leo. This is going to get messy. Chad finds out more about Cat Greene that he didn't know on Monday, and it seems to be something he likes because they are high-fiving at her place for some reason. And Tate gets on the phone and he calls Julie and he tells her that Doug 3 stole her necklace. Whoops. He told Holly he wasn't going to say anything, but he is jealous. Meanwhile, Leo has a nice romantic night with Javi. They have a candlelit dinner at the Hernandez house. And Javi's telling Gabby that with Leo, he's finally found true love. But Gabby isn't hearing it. She just hopes that Leo isn't going to break Javi's heart. And she reminds him that Leo always has some sort of stupid scheme going. So obviously something with the necklace is going to come out. And really, Gabby can't talk about anybody doing bad things to Julie, though, since she was going to blow up her heart with an app. I think we all remember that, right? Tuesday, March 25th, season 60, episode 152. EJ's arguing with Ava and things get heated. Those two run into each other outside the Brady Pub. EJ's annoyed about Kate and this whole Johnny thing, but he's feeling pretty good because he got rid of Rachel Blake, who was a problem, and the one threat to send him to jail. You know, when Jada finds out that Rachel Blake is gone, she's going to lose it because that was their key to getting EJ. Julie, meanwhile, gets off the phone call with Tate and she confronts Doug 3. She's glaring at him when he walks into the room. However, I think long run, Julie will forgive him. Short run, she's probably going to toss him out of the house. Meanwhile, Marlena and Steve are doing some reminiscing, obviously, about John Black. And Tate is trying to cover with Holly, but he's feeling quite guilty because he knows that Doug 3 is her friend and he knows she didn't want to tell Julie this thing, but I think once he's busted, he's gonna play it was the right thing to do card when, Tate's told his fair share of lies and has misled Holly more than once, but he's so jealous about Doug 3. Meanwhile, Kristen wants revenge, and it's on EJ for getting rid of her mama. And, Rachel and Kristen had been separated for years. Kristen thought her mom was dead, so this was kind of like a miracle. But obviously, EJ wasn't going to let their sweet mother-daughter reunion send him to prison. So Kristen, this past week, had a gun in hand and was thinking about murdering her adoptive brother. So we'll see. That's one more gun in play, one more person who wants to shoot EJ. There's going to be so many suspects when he's finally shot. Wednesday, March 26th is episode 153 of season 60. Chanel and Paulina are feeling pretty optimistic about the adoption. Chanel and Johnny really want to adopt Tate and Sophia's baby, and EJ was a big problem, but Paulina tried to smooth things over with Amy. Of course, if Sophia's mom figures out they were lying about being all churched up, that could be another roadblock. EJ tries to smooth things over with his son, Johnny, who is furious about the whole Sammy situation, and That's not going to go away anytime soon. We also have Holly there taking care of Doug 3. So Holly's sitting on a bed chatting with Doug next week. He's in a towel. It looks like he might be crashing at the Kyriakis mansion. So maybe Julie did toss him out. And Holly tells him that her selfish boyfriend, Tate, ratted him out to Julie. And speaking of Tate, he opens up to Sophia and he's going to tell her what he did, that he went behind Holly's back. And she's mad, and he doesn't think he should feel bad about it because Doug 3 is a thief, and I'm sure Sophia is going to take his side on this. Then on Thursday, March 27th, episode 154 of season 60, we've got Holly confronting Tate. So obviously, she is furious what he did by tattling to Julie about Doug 3's theft. And Holly's attitude is she and Doug 3 were working on a solution. They were going to get the necklace back to Julie, but Tate just couldn't keep his nose out of it. And Holly knows it's because of his jealousy. Meanwhile, she has been jealous over this Sophia thing for quite a while. She's been biting her tongue. She's been very patient. She's been very forgiving. And now this is how he repays Holly's patience and forgiveness is Tate betrays a promise he made to her. Sarah asks Stephanie to go along with another lie. So there's no way she's going to agree. Xander overheard Philip and Stephanie talking about Alex can never know about this. And they were talking about the fraud, but Xander assumed it was an affair. So on Thursday, Xander's going to chew out Philip for shagging Alex's girlfriend, which isn't true. And then Alex is over at the Kyriakis mansion, and Xander goes ahead and tells Alex that Philip is sleeping with Stephanie and they are lying to him. Alex grabs Philip. He gives him a good shaking, calls him an SOB. So obviously this is just one lie too many. She's not going to do it. Also, Melinda warns Gabby about something, and I think it's about Leo's involvement with the stolen necklace and the fence that she bought it from. Friday, March 28th, we're going to wrap up the week with season 60, episode 155. Sarah and Philip are in a panic. They know pretty much time's up on this secret because Stephanie obviously told Sarah, kick rocks. This is enough. I'm done. Alex point blank asks Stephanie if she's sleeping with Philip. And guess what? Stephanie tells Alex the truth. No, I'm not sleeping with Philip. Here's the thing Xander overheard us talking about, the secret I've been keeping from you. She's going to tell him about the forgery, which is interesting because Alex was not happy that Philip was suing for part of Xander's inheritance after Alex saw Teresa, screw Xander out of his portion of it. So Alex is going to be mad. He's probably going to want to tell Xander. So we'll see how Stephanie handles that. Meanwhile, Andrew has a conversation with Steve. He tells him he's been lying to his fiance, Paul Narita, unless somehow they got married and didn't tell us yet, but I'm assuming still fiance. Andrew tells Steve that he knows more about John's mission than he has let on. And Andrew later tells Marlena that time is running out and she wants to know what that means. Marlena also spends time with the other half of the couple. She's hanging out with Paul Narita on Friday, and they are talking about his dad and sharing some memories. So both Andrew and Paul are around. And Kate is hiding something from Roman. And obviously it's this Philip forgery. And just by the way, a little piece of casting news. Roslyn Gentle, who played Rachel Blake, Kristen's mom, is officially out at Days of Our Lives. She is gone for now, possibly gone for good. Her last episode was Friday, March 21st, when EJ decided he needed a permanent solution. I don't think he killed Kristen's mom, but maybe he shipped her off to DiMera Island. We'll see. Maybe she's in one of Dr. Rolf's, little fish tanks like Megan kept Bo in for a few years.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.